Hey, this is Bertram from the Ask a Recruiter video series, and this video is in response to somebody that commented on one of my videos. A few videos back, I shared about how I was fired from a couple positions when I started very early in corporate, but I don't think I was able to relay the message correctly, so that's why I'm doing that here today in this video. So to give a little context, the first time that I was let go was from a position, my first year in marketing. I probably wasn't the best person for that opportunity, so I was let go. It was just before the Great Recession that we all had, 2007, 2008, and it took me a very long time to find reemployment. I got reemployed. It was a position I was probably overqualified for, but I really needed a job and I need to break into another industry. So my deal with my manager at the time is saying, hey, I'm going to work in this position for around a year, and then after that I'm going to look to doing something else. They needed a lot of help as well, so she said deal, and I accepted the position, and I did great work. 3 years into the position, I found my passion in recruiting. I tried a few times to get hired for that particular company, but I was not able to get an opportunity because they required prior experience. My game plan was to go outside and get some experience and then come back and work for that amazing company because I love the people I was working with and I believed in everything that they were doing. But in me finding a new position, it rubbed my manager the wrong way. She sent an email not allowing me to work on my notice and saying effective immediately, Bertram is no longer employed with this organization. And it was detrimental to me because I love the people I was working with. Her sending that email would prove that I'm not going to be able to be rehired there, but that just set me off on a whole nother journey with a huge chip on my shoulder. And this is something that's not talked about, I think, from a lot of people that are peak performers or folks that are doing very well, because you only see the awards, you only see the accolades, but you don't see the failures, right? You don't see how actually something ugly turned out to be quite beautiful in the end. And I just thought of two really good examples. The first with Michael Jordan being cut or not making essentially the varsity basketball team while he was a sophomore in high school. He went on to play JV, but he said that the days that he felt like quitting and that he was just very tired, he actually looked at the list of varsity team members and seen his name not on that list, and that pushed him to make over 40 points per game when he was in JV. The next summer, he grew 4 inches, was able to dunk, and the rest is history. What about Tom Brady, right? 6th round, 2000, 199 draft pick, right? He was thinking he was going to be an insurance salesman. He could even watch the draft, as he says, in tears, right? He was walking around the block with a baseball bat in his hand, something like that. And, his parents were trying to comfort him, but there was nothing that they can really do because they just had to watch the draft and see how it would play out. And we all know how it played out. He went to the Patriots, and the rest is history. For me, I went on to being a recruiter for an organization for 3.5 years, and in a very short period of time being one of the top recruiters and being $1 million producer for that organization. I got recruited to work for another company, help reboot their recruiting team from scratch. They didn't have any recruiters when I started. Rebooted from scratch, and within 8 months I was talking with some folks very high up in human resources, and they said, hands down, Bertram, you are the best hire and investment that we made in 2015. So how could somebody that was once or even twice fired go to in 2015 and a few years later to being one of the best hires a company has made? And this company was sold recently for $1 billion. How does that happen? It happens if you understand two things. One, losses, failures, being fired, all of those things are part of the process. And two, you just don't give up. I wasn't going to give up even if I was fired 5 times, even if I was fired 10 times. Because at the same time, I know if you're doing your best work and if you're putting your best self out there, that being fired in that email is only an email. Okay? It's not my status, essentially. And now, I run my own recruiting agency. We travel the world sometimes. We don't really have those limits. And today, as you can see, I'm here, in the bay in Clearwater, and we're just enjoying the day. That's what I'm talking about. It's so, I think we get so caught up in the status when we can realize we can change our status at any time if you change your mindset. So for me, I just understand that failures are a part of the process. But if you don't quit and you keep on going, you can make your dreams become a reality. This is Bertram. I'll talk with you again very soon. Bye-bye.